the basic this thing. Let's have a revision of everything. Diffuse is color map. Diffuse, albedo, base color, color, everything is same. Like not exactly same, but it's basically color information for the model. Then you have your roughness or specular. Specular is the glossiness of the surface, nothing to do with physical property of the object. Roughness is physical property of the surface, nothing to do with glossiness or anything. But like obviously, if surface is smooth, it will shine. If it's rough, it won't shine. So roughness is physical property, and specular is basically shininess of the surface. And roughness we use in PVR technique, and specular we use in non-PVR technique. So now we use PVR. Most of the things for the movies, games, everywhere we use PVR technique. And then we have normal map. Normal map is basically illusion of 3D volume. It creates a illusion of XYZ dimension. Actually, there's nothing. It's a flat plane. So it creates an illusion. And there's a map called bump. It's a grayscale map. It only and only have height information. That's it. But in games, we don't use it. Movies, we use it. And there's one more map is called displacement map. That is something will not part of gaming, but I'll explain that in like later modules, because that is something like suppose you have a character or something and you want to have a really high detailed render. In that case, we'll use displacement. And displacement again a grayscale map. Apart from normal and diffuse, everything is gray color, gray or black and white. But displacement again a grayscale map. With the help of white will extrude the area, and gray and dark color will like create this cavity. So it basically generates geometry based on the map. That is something we can see very easily here. Displacement I haven't showed you. I'll just show you very quickly. I'm searching for displacement map. Doing something, but not loaded yet. Okay. All these are displacement maps. So let's download one. It could have save image. Oh, now it's working. I saved. Okay, this is again, I cannot use it. With this format, cannot open. So what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot or maybe save it from here. Save image, JPEG. Yeah. So one desktop, I saved it. Now I'll show you how to use it. Let's create a plane. Once you see the plane, one, one, enter. So this is my displacement. Mm. So by default, all the primitive shapes are unwrapped, perfectly unwrapped. This is just a square, a square shape. Now, to apply displacement map, you need to have geometry. Without that, you cannot apply geometry because it will generate mesh based on the map. And for that, you need to have geometry. So there is no geometry here, so you cannot do anything. So you need to add more geometry. This is like 4 by 4. If I want, I can increase. And this is something we use in movies only because we render all the passes separately. So in that case, it will work. For game, if you use it, it won't work properly. It will lag. But this is like very heavy on GPU. So applied all this thing, and then all coordinates are there. Map. What I can do is I can take a turbo smooth on this. Okay. Turbo smooth and see. Okay. So render iteration. Viewport I can switch it off. Render I can make it like maybe 5 while rendering. So let's change everything to, and this turbo smooth applied. So while rendering, it will generate 5 times. Like it will increase the poly count by 5 times. Now I need to displace this. So search for displace mesh, and you can see update mesh. I can change it, and my image. Ah, welcome. No, I can put. That's it. Oh, got it. Where is my displace? Oh, this is this one, not that one. So once you select this, you can see you have strength, decay, and bitmap. Bitmap is basically image. Desktop, this one. Okay. Still, you can see nothing changes. Nothing is changing here. Now, then the increase, it will start displacing this, but there is not enough polygons. So if I want to change this, I have to render that this turbo smooth. It's working in only and only in render, not in viewport. So if I want to change this, I can switch it off 3 times. This place. You see, it will generate geometry. So if you render it out, in that time it will in this. If I increase this, 5 is there already. So let's see, 0. Oh no, not 0. Sorry, F10 scan line, and both are scan line. Let's see, it should work. F9 for render. So you can see it will take a little longer because it's have to calculate displacement. Because it's taking so long for just to render this much. It's very small. So then let's see, we increase the resolution to 2048. 48. Done. Let's click render. Small was wrong. It doesn't matter. You see all those fine details, even edge, corners, everything we generate. This is something for only for production. We'll use it. Then we have a normal map. We will use a 3D. Then we have metal map to define metal areas. Then we have something called emissive map. That is, I haven't explained yet. So emissive is basically any surface going to emit light. Emission, emit, the same thing. So what I can do for that, let's see, remove this. So emission, I want to emit something. So I'll go and create a small map. 1024 by 1024. So in this map, it's full black, and only one section or one part I want to glue, or maybe some text. Anything. Emission can be anything. Basically, this is we use for gaming. Like we have lights, we have some, maybe you have to fake some lighting and all. In that case, we create this thing. So there's some random text I created, filled white. And this can be in any color depending upon your light color. So let's change to some red. So this is my emissive map. So if I like black means nothing will emit, and whatever color is there, that color will emit. So let's see, merge it. Desktop emissive map. So emissive is my map. So drop it here. So here you can see this thing. I just applied diffuse here. So if I don't want that, undo it. Go to material, like any material, gray color material, and under maps you can see there's something called. Where is my? This is we call emissive. So this is showing illumination. Like illumination, basically again illuminate. So we just simply drag and drop this map here. So here you can see nothing is visible. Yes, nothing is visible. F9. You can see that text based on the intensity. This is like you cannot go beyond 100. So if I type 500 also, nothing will happen. So this is something to generate light. So we can make this thing bright or any other color. Let me make sure this is, let's see, this yellow. And emissive, let's see, color. I can add some color here. Okay, let's keep it white only. F9. That's, you can see slightly reddish tint, because this is for render this thing out. You have to set up a light setup. There's no light, nothing is there right now. And plus, if you go to render setup, F10, ray tracing and all these things are there. So if you change it, there is something, photons. It's not photo interpreter. So like we have photo lights, right? You can use that and generate this thing very easily and create this entire render. And then we have opacity. Now let's come to opacity. Opacity is basically alpha channel, alpha map, your transparency map, opacity map, all are same. So in this case, suppose I want to make the entire thing invisible. Anything white, again same thing, opacity map. Anything white will be visible, anything black will be only visible. So that particular map, whatever is white, that is like 100% opaque, 100% no opacity at all. Black is 100% transparent. So if I save this file and if we apply this, just a basic default this thing, maps, opacity, I'll drag drop this map here. You see, this become transparent here. In desktop, in viewport, it looks like I can see everything. If I press F9, I can see only the text. That's it. So this is something opacity. It can be anything. It can be a light, can be a font, can be a text, can be a poster. Like suppose you have a wall and there's one poster, and you don't want to create the entire this thing. So you can create one plane and all the like corners, edge where everything just paste it there. I'll show that. So let's see. I want to create it transparent. Transparent. Black means transparent. So let's see. Um, Tone paper. Okay, tone. Let's see something. Okay, it's using Photoshop directly. Much easier. So full black, and I want to make. Okay, let's download a poster. It'll be easy. Any poster, any random poster. I found the image, something Bangalore. So let's use that only. Let's just say found this one. Here, copy, paste it. Texture can only be square, no rectangular textures. So I keep this thing, and suppose I want to make it like old weather tone effect. So what I'll do is, this is just my diffuse map. So my diffuse map will look like this. So the black and white I showed, that is just to show you. And to alpha map, what we do is we create a new layer, fill 100% black or maybe 100% white, both works. 100% white, make it multiply. So white you cannot see. Multiply, only black can be visible. So take brush and I can start painting black. So suppose some edge where some rough edges in there. So created this thing, corners, edges, and create this tone effect or some. This thing. So now what I have to do is I can go back, make it normal, so I can see my alpha map. Control A, Control C, copy it, hide it. It's not required. Now go to channels. By default, you have RGB, right? There's one more channel you can have, RGBA. A is stands for alpha. So you can just click here, alpha. You can see it automatically says alpha 1. Control V, paste your alpha 1. Go back to this thing, and this layer is not required. You can delete it. If you want, you can paint it directly there also. But there will be cases where you have very complex alpha maps. In that case, you have to like paint it nicely, properly in layers, and then copy paste it there. Now, if I save this one, save, and I have to save as, because previously I saved it as 24-bit. By default standard format, 32-bit. Yes. So, reason each channel is 8-bit. So RGB 88824, one more 32. And any map can support 4 channels, max to max, not more than that. Because this channel you need to understand, because while you start working on engine, we'll be calling maps from channels. One channel is one map, like your there's a map called ORM map. Red is basically ambient occlusion. Your green is basically your roughness, and blue is your metal map. So each channel is a different map, because there, see, reason uh, all these maps are grayscale, and each and every channel is gray color, and combination of all these maps gives you color effect, right? So if each channel is grayscale, so why you have to use 3 different maps? They are already gray. You can paste them into different channels, and you can call them from there. You can save memory. The game is all about optimization, right? So if you use 3 different maps, so 3 channel, 3 channel, 3 channel, 9 channels. If you use one map, you save 6 channels, right? Makes sense, right? So now, what happened? Way too complex. It's pretty easy, simple. Don't worry. So I just applied a default this thing, and I'll go to map. And this thing I can directly drag drop also here. And based on this, I can scale it. The mesh I can scale, not the texture. This is this now, but you can see alpha is not visible. For that, what I have to do is, oh, the same map, you need to click here. So you can see maps, diffuse is applied, already applied. So just simply click here, drag and drop to opacity channel. It will ask copy your instance, so it will copy, no instance. If you instance it, setting will change. It's like if you change setting for one map, it will change for other also. So copy always. Copy. So still you can see everything is visible. Click this map, and you can see alpha. The moment you click alpha, it becomes transparent. So now what I can do is this. Let's have a box. So now you can see transparent, right? This is how we create alpha. It can be anything. Like this is poster. So if I want a poster, it can be a poster, it can be a piece of jewelry, a chain link or anything. It can be a tree, all leaves you see, everything is alpha. So like suppose I want to create an alpha. So alpha for this thing, foliage, maybe a simple grass. So how we create grass in games is, let's create a plane front view. It's like way too much polygons. 1:1, which is like more than enough to create this, and shift and rotate 2 or 3. So you have this crisscross, right? perspective. So you can see all of them clearly. Let's apply three planes. Rest is fine. Select this. So and I let me combine them. Attach, attach, attach. Now it's one single solid geometry. By default, they're all unwrapped. So I can apply my mesh here. So you can see everything. Now, if I want to create a grass, so what I have to do is, this is my texture. Let me download a grass texture only. Grass. Image. Tool. Large. Okay, let's see. Let's use this one only. Okay. Okay. So I created this grass plane. So let's slide this and alpha channel. Delete it. If I let's save it and check here. So now you can see I have created multiple planes. So whichever angle you see, you can see the grass. This is how we optimize grasses. Yes, there are cases like we create in each and every leaf wherever we have any asset close to camera. That time, the rest every time we create planes only. So, but I can see it should be like seeing solid grass, right? I can see should be able to see through the background. So what I'll do is I'll go here. Let's select this, right click, select, just quickly I'm doing it. So in game and all, what we do is we select, create the selection manually. We don't use magic wand. Reason, magic wand gives you a lot of artifacts and errors. That's why. You can just simply check. Yes, that is something we can do. Color range, yes, that is we can do. Color range, I can, it's already selected. Yes. Plus this thing, all white is selected everywhere. Hmm? Okay, let's see. It's adding. This is fine, anyways. Selection is ready. Still, you can see those gray things, those tones are there. So, Control I, Control Shift I, invert your selection, and it should select everything nicely. Make sure all the shadows and all these things are not there. Yes. So that's why we use like manual masking. We use this pen tool and select everything, and then create alpha. Because alpha, if there's any mistake, it will be visible. Even if one pixel you missed it, it will be visible. That's why it has to be like perfect. Like gaming, there is no scope for like errors. So that's why you have to make everything perfect. Yeah, that's like too much work, right? Too much work. So I'm showing you a shortcut. So what this is like, this works for this thing. What I'll do is I'll select all this thing randomly, and few areas are not that clean or whatever it is. Select this, and I can go to channels. Selection is there already. click on plus, sorry, this, it will automatically create the mask. Whatever is selected, that part is visible, rest is not visible. You can see it here. Now, alpha is ready. Save my file, 32-bit already saved. Not plus, like in channels, if you have selection, then mask. Or if you want to create something manually, then plus. Plus means adding a layer. You're adding a channel basically. This is saved. Now you can see this thing is transparent. Make this thing visible. Activate. And it's off. That is fine. Like channel is off or on doesn't matter. As long as that channel is part of your TGF file, save file. So you can see this output. It's transparent. That means this will be transparent. So here it's not visible. So I have to activate it. Now I can see it, right? But problem is you can see all this white border. So with alpha, this is like a mandatory thing. Whenever you have alpha, you need to make sure all the white area, all the surrounding part of alpha should be same color. Otherwise, that white bleed will happen no matter what you do. You cannot fix it. So control click this, get the mask. Control shift I, B, pick this green, fill it. You can use this like you can fill it like this, or if you want to be extended, or if you just simply add a green channel and check whatever works. Like multiply should work, but it makes things way too this thing green. Let's see any other thing. Not very happy. So okay, not very happy. Now let's go into the color page. Selection is fine. Continuously increase decrease. Let's see. It's almost selected. Invert. Same green. So almost this thing selected. Select. The selection I need to add in my alpha as well. Alt backspace. Multiple times you can do it. Now I can see it's alpha, and I can see few artifacts here and there. I'm just simply filling those areas. For level, reduce. So whatever is visible, you can see it here. So now it's kind of like still I can see that whitish grayish border. That is also have to fix. So control click on this. You can see got the selection from here. Control shift I. fill green again. So now you can see that white border is almost gone. So still there, but almost gone. Let's save it and go back to selection. That is also you can do. So because this is like all those leaves are really thin. So if you remove one pixel also you are reducing, you might lose the entire leaf. So just double check if it still I can see it's visible, right? So I have to shrink it. If it's not visible, then I can use it directly. So you can see the entire grass. So from a distance, if you rotate from any angle, you'll be able to see the grass. See. Alpha is easy. Like I have seen people, they get confused a lot. So let's contract it, modify, contract, maybe 1 pixel, test everything. And green. So make sure everything is black. Same thing you have to update here also. Or you can keep this also because I filled green already. So that white part is gone anyways. So if I keep it like this, then also it will work. Like control delete, fill color, save. So let's see. It's become solid green color. You can see. So from a distance, this won't be noticeable. It will look like green only because it's green in color. Slightly difference is there. So that's why you create each and every selection manually because to get the perfection. So you can do it very easily. It can be a grass, can be a leaf, can be anything. Like suppose I have an entire branch. That is also I can do it with the help of this. Branch, something like this that I want to create. Not very clear. Maybe it's very bad. Sorry. This is my alpha. And I have multiple alphas also, like one branch here, one leaf here, some other things, combination of things I can have, and I have just have to place my UV there. So in this case, rasterize the layer, and this white I need to remove. So background will fill with this green. Entire thing is green. So this thing, white. That's the tool. Add this also in this. Control J. Control Shift I. Control J. Not required. So you can see bigger the image, resolution is nice, so selection is easy. So you can see all clean. Control, click on this, go to channel, delete this one, and mask will create perfect alpha. Merge with this, save it. This is like one branch. So now in this case, if I want to create a like bunch of this thing, only one. So what I can do, duplicate, type this tool, rotate slightly. Place it here, align it basically. If I want, I can rotate also, just to create some variation. Foliage. So this is how we create foliage. Different angles, like maybe same leaf, multiple or different angles. So from distance, when you see it, you will see a dynamic tree with a variation, lot of variation. And we have a software called Speed Tree for foliage creation. So in that we can do it. We do it basically. So it's a standard for movies and games. It's standard Speed Tree. Use that. So like this, I can create and I can like suppose now I want to make it little detailed. So what I can do is I can just simply with this, I can just simply connect. Yeah. So now if I want to modify something, I can definitely bend it or change slightly. But in between there is no loop. So I need one cut here also. Just to add slight volume so that doesn't look same. So I can have like multiple areas, multiple things easily and generate this kind of foliage very easily. So this is like, I guess it's not complicated. It's clear, right? For this, like, suppose I want to create a like, it's just a black and white map, right? Just a black and white map. So it's a kind of selection or masking out those things. So suppose I want to create a something. Let's see. So I can use line. Right. This is fine. Right. So that's not required. Like whatever shape you want, you can create that. And then let's see how this paper and all, right? Now to convert it to polygons. Okay, let's see. Let's do one again. Let's see. Here just a small plant. And top view also can check only 3 directions. All the directions are modified. So we'll create this thing and then align everything. So basically, I can create this thing. Too much. I'll do this thing. Delete this, and then I want to create this foliage. It's like this looks really weird plant, but huh. So for the thing, I'll create this thing. Material already there. No, huh? That's what I'm applying there. Oh, wireframe is on. So I can see the texture. Let's see. I want to create this branch. Let's delete all this thing. Should start from there. Let's make it a little dense. This is this thing. So now what I can do is select all three. Duplicate again. Do somewhere. Bring it down. Make it a little dense. Again duplicate. Yeah, this is it about max. Foliage. So I can just change, rotate, angles from all the sides. It will be visible. So I can create, make it dense. Maybe I can add some other leaves and everything. And maybe I can create two versions of same leaf and then use it. So same plane, same leaf, but multiple size and duplicate multiple times. So it will give you variation because this have a distinct branch, so you can see the repetition. So usually we create something generic where you cannot see repetition. So suppose only this green leaf is there, this thing is not there. So you won't be able to identify this thing very easily. Let's do that. Mhm. So, so now I can duplicate, decrease size, and add all this thing and generate this entire foliage. So from a distance, if you render it out also, you can see if I add more, it will look like a vine very easily. It can be a tree, can be anything. You can use this thing. Same like suppose I have a chain link, like in games and all, we have a lot of chain and all this thing. So that thing also can be, you can make with the help of this thing. Combination of your normal map, your diffuse map, and your alpha. So normal will give the volume, and because right now everything is flat. Normal will give the volume, diffuse will give the color, and alpha will give the shape. You can use everything and generate something really nice and complex. So this is how we do it. So, huh? So this for this also you have to create diffuse, roughness, and normal. So this, so like this, and make sure whatever you're creating apply in Max. Like I have seen a lot of people, they don't apply in Max and check it. It gives you like weird preview. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If it's correct in Mamus, it's correct. Like this will create and all the foliage. It's pretty easy, simple. Okay, Tata, bye bye. Enjoy your weekend.